Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering. Thanks for checking out the channel. I've been making less videos recently because Magic has been sort of in this weird place where not a lot's been going on. We had Innistrad remastered as our last set, but it wasn't on Arena, so we couldn't draft it there. I really love Foundations, but Foundations was taken off Arena, which I wasn't a big fan of it getting taken off. I wanted to play it more, and suddenly it was gone. And so finally, Aetherdrft is here, and it's been a funny situation, Aetherdrft. I went to the pre-release on Friday. It was the biggest day of the pre-release. There were over 30 people in the store. I thought that was great. I know that we've had some pre-releases with, I think, over the amount we had at the store today, but they might have capped it. I'm not sure. But on Saturday, I went to the pre-release, and I thought there would be just as many people, but it was about half, 18. So way less people on Saturday, which was crazy. Maybe people don't like the set that much, the theme of the set with racing and things like that. It's probably not as interesting as some of the other sets. It doesn't seem like a, quote, real Magic set. But it's still Magic, so I'm going to be playing it, obviously. And then on Sunday was the least amount. This was Super Bowl Sunday, and, the Chiefs and the Eagles were playing in the Super Bowl. And I have no skin in the game. I like football. I'll watch football, but, when there's no skin in the game for me whatsoever, I didn't really care. And I thought, hey, instead I could actually just go to play Magic, because that's going to be a lot of fun. Well, it turned out there were only 4 people at the pre-release today. It was crazy. They still had us play it. We built our decks, and this pre-release had some decent players. They weren't bad players. But I hadn't won an entire game with Aetherdrft draft through any of the tournament days. So I was already bummed about this set. But today it came out and I actually won the tournament. I went 2-1, but I had the highest win percentage. So that was pretty good. And I got some cool prizes. 2 packs, a collector booster, and a promo pack, which we're going to open at the end of the video. But I did want to, as usual, share with you the deck that I made and talk about the cards a little bit, because this deck actually worked. It worked well. I didn't really have any mana issues today, which is actually what I had the other day. Actually, the other day I went for 3 colors both days, and so often I would just have a hand full of the color that I didn't have any land of. So I'd start with a 2-lander, or I didn't have the mulligan, and then it just, it was rough. That's all I have to say. I'm sure you've been through those experiences before. But let's turn the camera around, check out the deck. All right, well, here is the deck. We're going to start with Night Market. This weekend I had so many crazy scares with my mana that I didn't want to have something that, even playing 2 colors, I didn't want to get stuck in a rut. So this is nice fixing. It was nice, actually. I got this in the beginning of my hand in one of the games, and it came in clutch because I made this a plains. I had an island already, and then the only thing I drew for the rest of the game pretty much were islands. And so this was the only plains I had, and it just let me play my white cards. It was great. So there's that. Leonin Survivor, been hearing this pretty good card, and, with gameplay experience, I believe it is. It's a Cat Scout, starts your engines, has first strike on your turn, comes down for just 2. Pretty solid creature there. Voyager Quick Welder, I wasn't sure this would be great. It costs 3 for a 2/4, but artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast actually came in pretty handy. I don't mind playing this guy whatsoever. And it's an artifact. Unswerving Sloth, this was awesome. This was a game winner for me. It's a 5/5, but whenever this creature attacks while saddled, it gains indestructible until end of turn. And then you get to untap all creatures you control on top of that. It's a saddle 4, so it's a high saddle cost. But I got this going in one of my games, and it was just brutal. I mean, the guy couldn't do anything about this card. The Coral Tyrant here, 08 for 2. Such a big beast of defense. Just a huge wall. This didn't actually honestly come into play too much for me, so I can't talk about it too much. Skystreak Engineer, flying 1/3 for 5. You can put 2 1/1 counters on this creature. It was okay, just kind of in the deck. Air Response Unit, flying Vigilance Crew 1. I thought this performed really well, because oftentimes I would, play a 2-drop, and then this would be like my next play. And so, I could defend in the air, and that was actually pretty relevant for many of the games I played. I did not regret having that card in the deck at all. Here we have a 3/1, which is great for piloting, because it's a defender. And then when this thing comes in and if an opponent controls more lands than you, which I always feel like I get land screwed, this really helps with that because it makes a treasure token. And in fact, it made a treasure token for me today, which was great. Scrap Compactor is cool. It's an artifact for just 1. You can sack it for 3 and deals 3 damage to a target creature. 6-tap destroys target creature or vehicle. So in a pinch, you can pay 6 and it will do what you need it to do. But it can also kill most small things for just 3. I thought this was good. I liked it. Plus, it's an artifact that kind of sits on the battlefield, which was important for my deck. Wreck Remover. Actually, I don't think you even cast this card in any of the games I played. Although Camera Launcher was a card I played a lot. This is cool. I mean, for 3, it's a 2/2, which isn't great. But if you exhaust it, this becomes a 3/3, because it has a +1/+1 counter. And you get to make 1/1 artifact, Thopter artifact, or artifact. I had 3 of these, and my opponents were tired of seeing these getting played. They actually did a great job for me. Detention Chariot was a beast of a card too. When this vehicle enters, exile target artifact or creature and opponent controls until this vehicle leaves a battlefield. So you put this down and your opponent just loses a creature. You can lose the biggest one. It worked out really well. And then when I was whittling them down, then you can start crewing it and attacking with it. And you can just cycle it away for 1 if you need to. I thought this was excellent. Ride Zen was my primary removal. For 5, which is expensive, you can exile anything, a permanent. If it's tapped, you get to exile a target creature or vehicle for only 2, but you can pay 5 to exile a target creature vehicle straight up. And I used both modes of this. I had 2 of those. Spectral Interference. These are both counterspells. These were great. It asks the controller to pay 4 more, which is just so much. And it feels so good. They're going to cast something like a 6-drop, and then you play this, and I mean, they can't come back from that. Gear Seeker Serpent. I actually got this thing down to 2 mana with all those artifacts I had as affinity for artifacts. And then this actually won me the game. Because of this can't block ability, we just had this big sort of stall state, and I had a Gear Seeker Serpent just going through. Stock Up. I actually really like this card draw spell. You get to look at the top 5 cards in the library, and then put 2 of them in your hand, the rest in the bottom of the library, any order. This came in clutch many times. Waxen Shape Thief was cool too. This actually came down often as a copy of something I really needed and worked out well. And the primary reason I was in Azorius was because I had 2 of these Mendicant Core Guidelights. Now it's legendary artifact creature, so I can only have 1 out at a time, but its power is equal to the number of artifacts you control. And at max speed, whenever you cast an artifact spell, you can pay 1, and if you do, you can copy that artifact, which is pretty powerful. And yep, lastly, I have Vinixt Verbose Host. 04, so great defender. Max speed, if you would draw a card, draw 2 instead. That ability was insane, and worked out really, really well for me. So there you have it. There's a deck. It did well. Yeah, it was great. So let's go ahead and check out what I got in terms of prize support. I got 2 regular play boosters. So let's see what we get. We get a Thopter token. And I like how they're double-sided now. I think that's a really good idea by them. The foil is an Earth Rumbler. And then, not a great card, Lifecraft Engine is the rare. I got this in my sealed decks as well. So, nothing great really in that pack, sadly, in terms of the rares. Let's go to the next pack. Another play booster. Again, these were prizes. We got a 1/1 token insect with an elephant in the back, 3/3 elephant. Forest. Dinosaur Auxiliary is the foil. And Full Throttle. This is a card I got in the sealed deck today anyways, so I'm not too excited to pull that. We got another big old octopus. And the rest. Okay, so let's go with the promo pack next. We all got promo packs today, which was cool. This is just the regular one, not the foil one. They have a foil one that contains foil promos, which is nicer, of course. Let's see, I got the Possession Engine from the set. Okay, the next card should be an uncommon from the set, Voyage Home. I just got that card. And then Riptide Gearhulk. Nice. I would have loved to have this in my deck today. It's Azorius. Okay, let's go to the collector booster. I got this as I got the top seating of the 4 people today, which was kind of ridiculous, but cool in any case. Dinosaur, Dragon, Treasure. Ooh, actually we just pulled one of these. March of the World Ooze in this treatment. Looks nice. Radiant Lotus. Check it out. Full art Radiant Lotus. Nice. That's a great hit. We also got the Boom Mobile. Aetherflux Conduit. Ooh, they've got the energy stuff. All right. Quag Feast. And then we got Aetherdrft. These are just commons, uncommons. And then the rest. Okay, that was a great collector pack. Wow. Excited about that one. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Good luck with Aetherdrft, whenever you play. And I will see you next time.